You're buying a property and you're not too sure about the person that you're buying the property with, whether you're going to stay with them long term or not. How do you protect yourself? How do you get an exit strategy? What's your plan B? Well, in Canada, we have two different types of structures specifically for real estate, and they're main structures. So we have the joint tenant and the tenants-in-common. Wildly, what is most popular is the joint tenant. You're purchasing a property with your spouse and suddenly one of you pass away. What ends up happening is that the property itself rolls over to the survivor, and away you go. What happens in a tenants-in-common situation is that you can, in advance, purposefully set up the amount of ownership of that particular property. You can have 5 people and they each own 20%. Or you can have 2 people and one owns 70%, the other owns 30%. You see most of that in business-oriented investments, for example. 2 people buying commercial property, for example. One has a higher down payment and the other one has a lesser, so you want to make sure that the person that has the higher down payment they have more skin in the game, so you want to ensure that they own most of the property. Things like that. Alternatively, there could be a situation where you're purchasing a property and you start dating a person and that person wants to reside in the property with you, but if the relationship doesn't last, you want to make sure that they don't get a cut of your property. Well, that's where tenants-in-common comes in place. You, being the person that's buying the house, can set up 99% ownership and that other person has 1% ownership. That's how you conserve your wealth.